This is a smart way to present full quotes.
That woman is actually the daughter of a good friend of ours.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it was so funny. So that's interesting to see them grouped so differently here, huh?
Yeah. It's also the
Is that
presentation online.
automatically, are you scrolling or is that automatic?
It automatically will scroll left and right. You just continue scrolling down and it will go that way.
Oh, okay.
My experience, it was like a side scroll. So
Got
as you're scrolling, it takes you to the side until a certain point where it continues to take you back down.
Ooh, fancy. That's fancy.
You know, the thing that this also has going for it, just from a US perspective, is like the very top of it, all the stories were like clickable. So it was like all the chapters are broken up for you. Where, remember, we were looking at the print version, like that was one of the issues with it, was that everything was kind of running into each other.
Yeah. I just love it. It just seems so much clearer to me, the organization here than in the print version, where everything was kind of just like jammed together, I thought.
But I'm so glad to see like more images actually in some of these.
To see what?
To see like more images in the set.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, like that made so much more sense having more than one of those.
This kind of succeeds in every way that the print layout for me did not.
I would agree. Oh, I should say that I've worked with this photographer a lot, and I'm working with her now on something. I mean, I actually also edited a similar group of images that Isadora did and ran it in another publication, but anyway.
Did you work on this piece?
No, not in this piece at all. So.
I think in that case, like that sounds fine to me if it does for everyone else.
Okay.
Sometimes that will happen when
Mhm.
various of you have worked with certain photographers or recognize their work.
Well, it's also a good reminder that we're not here to critique the photographer. It's the editing.
That's true.
Wow, that one. It's crazy how similar this one is to the print layout.
I missed the opening image because I was trying to type something, and so I might want to go back and just see what the,
So that
Opening
that
image.
one is in a different spot though.
yeah, that's completely moved down. It was it the third or something
I
before?
think it
and
was the third
moved-
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, there's a slightly different order in a couple of places.
And all of those portraits are new.
Mhm.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
This is a different lead photo,
A different animal, yeah.
but they do have the diptych they created right below it.
Right, which opened the print piece.
Okay, why don't we attempt some ins and outs for these if people feel ready for that? We have burlesque.
Could we actually, if we don't mind, just scroll to the top of each page just to remind ourselves of what they all were? Because we went through them so quickly. Just the top, not to scroll through them all again.
I feel like the ProPublica for me is out.
I kind of feel that way
Yeah.
too.
I would agree.
Yeah.
And for me, Afghanistan is also out.
I liked it.
I'm on the
but
fence on that one.
Yeah. I thought,
This one I think is out, the volcano.
Okay,
yeah.
drop this.
So I could lose the one on the volcano.
You
but
could or could not.
I could lose it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay.
I could lose this one.
The mouse one,
Yeah.
I thought it was very effective, but I was so sort of horrified that it was hard for me to keep concentrating on it. But
I think what I'm struggling with is if you take out the infographics and I only look at the
Uh-huh.
actual photo editing,
uh-huh.
and you take out all the videos as
The
well, right?
videos, yeah.
Because if those are considered extras for
Uh-huh.
our judging purposes,
hmm
I'm just looking at the core photos. I think for those reasons I would take it out.
Could we just really quickly scroll down? Because I think I probably agree with you, but I just want to make sure. Do you mind? Yeah, thank you. Oh, God.
I mean, I'm not judging this based on the other parts of it, but the other parts of it are informing the choices that are made for
That's true.
photos and what
Mhm.
they feel is necessary to finish telling the story and what they can leave behind.
I think I'm
I
ready
mean,
to let that go.
okay.
Yeah. Are you okay with that, Emily?
Sure, that's fine. This, I'm surprised, worked so well. I
Yeah,
thought this
me
would be
too.
really boring, and it's not boring, and I appreciate that.
Mhm.
I've seen this story so many times by other people.
Mhm.
That's my only problem with it.
I think it's in for me for now.
I feel the same for now. Just not sure. I like this. I was surprised by how much I liked it. I just assumed we were going to be able to jettison it quickly, but
It's so much better than the print version.
so much better. It's exactly
How
how
do
I
we-
felt. Uh-huh.
How do you feel about this opener? To me, this opener tells me nothing, and I don't like it. Like, I don't like the images together. I feel like it's heavy-handed. It's like trying to be arty, and it doesn't have anything to do with, for me, I don't know how this relates to queer quarantine.
I did struggle with this one in the print out as well for the same reasons. It just didn't seem like it was connected.
I thought the placement of the type in the print version was slightly better,
Mhm.
because I think it ran more on the left-hand side, but.
I think you're right.
And this woman with the neck ribbon, it just feels cliched, like if you pull the ribbon, her head falls off or something. I don't know. I don't like these images, and I
Yeah.
don't understand why they're, if I don't mind not liking an image if there's a reason for it to be an opener, but I don't
Mhm.
see the reason there because I don't see it relating at all to the conversation that they're trying to have. But maybe I'm missing that.
No, I think you're right on. I agree with you. I actually enjoy everything that comes after this in the print layout as well. I didn't really enjoy the opener.
Yeah, and the print layout, I really struggled with. It just felt kind of random and jammed together. But here I feel like I have an understanding of the logic of how it flows.
Sounds like this one's on the cusp. Let's check out the next two and then have y'all start to rank them.
This was amazing.
That was my reaction when I first saw it. Way before I got involved with Isadora, I was also kind of stunned. I just thought it was incredible.
This is an incredible image.
And the intimacy, that she's able to achieve.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and the whole thing, I mean, it starts out at 100 miles an hour and never lets up.
Hmm.
So I think we're all in on this for now, right?
Yeah. I
Yep.
would be.
Okay, I do not like the portraits in this. And I think that the
Okay.
diptych that was the opener originally is really heavy-handed, and I don't like I don't like that it's the only time that happens and they're both draped in darkness and it feels contrived. We wanted to be blunt this time around, right?
Absolutely.
Yes,
Bring
absolutely.
it.
So
I am feeling kind of the same way. Like I'm appreciating the images I see in this layout that I did not get to see in the print layout. I actually think it works better here.
I do too.
Even the sequencing, I think, works better. The portraits, I don't hate them. I just think we didn't need them all. I think it would have been more effective to only have 2 instead of 4.
I mean, I like the portraits, and I actually do like the darkness in the other portraits. And I do think that I like this pairing, but I also like the sequencing better than in the print version. So
I think for me, this is like successful, but I don't know right now if it's top 4 for me. It could be.
yeah.
I want to keep it in for now.
So I'm sorry, can we click on the first two again? I'm just trying to remember what they are, but oh right, burlesque and surfing. I remember the queer one, which I liked a lot. And
I think this is a first for me. This one right here.
I mean, I would not disagree.
Sorry, which
mean,
one was it? The COVID in LA.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel a little bit awkward saying that because I'm such a fan of this work already, kind of, so I don't know how much I should
Maybe
chime
Let's
in
talk
on
about the
this.
photo editing too, in addition
Right.
to the pictures. Let's talk
Right.
about this topper and then some of what's in line.
Because it's what someone was saying before about one of the other sets, about the Surfside Collapse, that, they have that template of going through a couple of images at the beginning first. And it's almost like a separate little introduction, Emily Kay was saying, and then you get to the rest of the story.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is complicated by the fact that we're not experiencing them how they're meant to be experienced, which is through reading the text. So that first carousel of images, I think they did a great job editing that carousel of images. It's harder for me to make to know whether or not this is the correct storytelling because I'm not reading the whole article. So
maybe this is one we need the description to help us put it in context?
Well, no, but I mean, I think if I just read a paragraph about
Hmm.
UCLA and then I get the one image that's from UCLA and then you know what I mean? Like that's important here.
Mhm.
But if I do look at this in a bubble and just see the images one after the next, without context, I still think it's good editing. But like, it's a little weird then if, you know, they're in the middle or there's like a cemetery image.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I would assume that's because somewhere in the story they go to that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Sure. I think maybe they might have focused, even though they covered a whole range of people, I think there may have been two main characters kind of who were in here. I vaguely remember from when I first saw it in the paper, but
Could we scroll down a little bit?
I'm gonna go ahead and send you all links to these 5 that we're talking about so that you can also look at them.
Sorry.
and read
Oh,
anything
just
if you want.
great. Thanks, Emily.
should we look at some of the other ones? as
I'm
well?
happy to say this is the number one though.
Yeah.
Maybe for now. Like I think what we should do is what we did last time. Maybe try to put the tabs in the order we should think they should go,
Uh-huh.
and that
Sure,
way.
okay, so what are we looking at for 2s here? Or was there another one that stood out to people?
I think.
Or one to drop?
Right.
I think surfing might be number 2 for me.
I'm cool with that.
And
I would
then-
have to look at the LGBTQ one again just to make sure, but I do like the surfing one a lot too.
And just to remind, didn't y'all have issues with the lead photo? For a
Mhm,
couple of,
right.
for a couple of these, actually.
We do.
Sure, sure.
Like, why isn't this the lead photo? I guess because it was the cut. I mean,
Which one would you think?
You're talking about
in the
curtain?
hands, if you want to be, if this is the lead photo that needs to be, you know, artistic and illustrative, then why not go
Well,
with this?
Because it was on the cover, right? So,
But this is a completely different presentation.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that
Oh, I
should-
see what you mean. I see what
Yeah.
you mean.
yeah.
I mean,
thought you
even
meant in the
especially
print.
because it was
Uh-huh.
the cover, like, why not make that the cover of the
Uh-huh.
package?
Yeah, no, I think that's a good point.
You know,
That's good.
unless it's typography
Yeah.
can't fit or something. But anyway,
Uh-huh.
But I think it's choice that the other one became their leads. Like someone made that choice.
Right.
I mean, it's so much stronger.
this is I can't stand that
digitally.
photo.
I know. It's almost like not the same story. It's so much
It's
stronger.
it's actually not at
Yeah,
all.
you're
Like you have
right,
a
you're
completely
right.
different
It's-
understanding of it.
Right. Me too.
I mean, this was definitely during a time where we saw so many stories that were like a call to photographers to submit work, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Um,
That's what it feels like.
Mhm.
But,
and
I mean, I'm guessing they reached out to all these photographers specifically, but
yeah,
uh-huh. But it just has so much more integrity kind of when there is a group of images from each photographer
Mhm.
instead of just one from each and then they all try to put them together.
yeah. I feel like this is definitely a digital first story that
Right,
got
right.
made into a magazine story.
I wish the couch photo was in the right layout.
Oh,
I'm really sorry to do this, but I am going to challenge us to wrap this category in the next 15 minutes. I just
Okay.
want to respect everyone's time today
Totally.
and know that you
Sure.
all, I wish I had,
Sure.
structured it a little differently and moved us along a little quicker yesterday to spend time with some of
Sure.
these. But we're definitely going to have to get a little bit out of the weeds and try to judge
Sure.
them on the strength of them as a whole.
Mhm.
I would propose moving LGBT to 3 and
Yeah.
Taliban
Okay.
to honorable mention. and dropping
Okay.
burlesque.
Sure.
How does everyone feel about that order?
I would burlesque, honorable mention, and drop Taliban, but I'm fine with having, that's fine.
And I'm
could
actually
go either
kind
way.
of fine with either way, to be honest. Burlesque could be, you know, fourth, and the Taliban could go out, you know, either way. But
You want to
Let's-
can we do like a
let's do a
speed
vote.
scroll through here real quick?
yeah, I
Just super
wouldn't mind a
speedy.
speed scroll through the burlesque. Just through this one. Go ahead. Go
Well,
ahead.
for both,
whichever-
because we're
Yeah,
deciding between
sure.
the two.
Right. Right. I do like the editing better in this version than in the print version, I have to say.
I think that's what's weighting it for me, is that
Uh-huh.
I'm just looking at it thinking like, yep, this is
Yeah.
definitely a much better intentional edit.
Yeah, I agree.
But this is also the same case. Like,
It's very nice, this edit. I guess I feel like it's a little less complex than the Afghanistan edit. So I'm fine with it in this order if you want to let this go.
Let's do a vote on which gets
Okay.
dropped.
So I feel like I was ready to go one way and now I've kind of changed my mind.
Okay.
So,
Who votes
Hold
to
on.
keep as honorable mention the Afghanistan one?
I
yeah,
did.
I'll keep it.
Mhm.
So,
Sorry, what was that, Shminder?
I'll keep it.
Okay, and it sounds like. oh,
Emily, are you
Emily.
okay with keeping this as the honorable mention, Afghanistan?
Oh, sure.
It just means, it means we'd have to let burlesque go.
Your vote would have been
Yeah.
for burlesque.
Yeah, but if I was voting between the two, I would have done burlesque.
Oh, well, I
But
like
otherwise,
burlesque
I would
too.
be fine with
Uh-huh.
leaving both of them behind. Honestly,
Oh.
I don't think burlesque needs an honorable mention necessarily.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
I'm
Um,
trying to remember,
but-
did we award burlesque already? Didn't we
No.
already give it something?
I think it went out.
I don't think we
Oh,
did.
Not
Oh,
sure.
I thought we kept it for something.
I don't think we
Not
did.
sure, yeah.
Okay.
But we shouldn't
Let's-
let that
I know
weigh.
that shouldn't
Yeah.
influence us. Yeah.
We've seen it now twice, I think.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
think we've seen it more than twice. It might have been in the portfolio as well.
Do you
Yeah.
want to do a quick vote of whether Afghanistan should stay as honorable mention or go? If those are options as well.
Sure. I mean, I would keep Afghanistan.
Yeah, I'll second.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Let's keep it then. And thanks for doing the speed round.